Alright, now the fun part starts. So, we have power, another power, a ground, another ground, another ground, and another ground. And then we have two red ones, which are also power. Now this company, I'm going to go ahead and say sucks for instructions. Shame on you guys. But that's what I'm here for. So, the easiest way to do this is to take, you have two sides right here, right? Hot ground, hot ground. So to simplify things, we're going to take a ground from right here, run it over to the grounds over here. We are going to splice into those grounds using one of those connectors. We're also going to take this power and run it to the white, which is also a power. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to click those on there. I'm going to show you how to do one and then keep going until these are all nice and neat. And then we're going to do it one more time because we have to connect the other grounds together and the other hot or power together to make one and one, so we can hook it to the daytime running lights. So it looks like a mess now, but I'm going to go through it slowly so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to take this black right here. Take this other one right here. Take this connector, hook it to the ground. Make sure it goes all the way through. Line this up, give it a little bit of room on it. Clip it, because we don't need all that. I did that backwards. Sorry guys. Clip it like this. Run that one through into there. Like that. Hold them together. And crimp down. Nice and snug, right? So that one's done. We're going to take our power and do the same thing. I'm going to clip it in. It's a little snug because it's a thicker wire. Take the red one, level up a little bit to where we want it. We're going to run this into it also, just like that. So those are nice and snug. Do the same thing. Make sure it's nice and snug. It's not going to come loose. Right? So now you have two. Your hot, your ground. We're going to do the same thing over here. Take the hot, take the hot. Take another one. Get it on there. Make sure it's in there nice and snug. Get as much as you want. Get rid of the excess. Run this in there at that. Hold it nice and snug. Crimp it down. Make sure it's nice and snug again. Right? Same thing. Take our hot, or our ground, I apologize, ground. Take the other ground, line it up. Get rid of what we don't want. And get down in there with it. Crimp it down. Same thing. Nice and snug. Okay. Hot, ground, hot, ground. Now, we're going to run these together. Just like that. So we're going to repeat the process over again. All right, I think in this case, depending on what side of the vehicle this is on, I think I'm going to go with this one as being the longer one. So I'm going to run this one through right here. Find out how long I want this one to go. That. Put that in there just like that. Right? Come back again. Crimp that down. Nice and tight. Nice and snug. So now you have one hot. Okay? Repeat the same step. Get that out of the way with the grounds. Same thing, I'm going to choose that, I think, to be the longer one. It's all about preference, where you want it lined up at, so don't worry about that too much. Same thing, you want to clip off excess that you don't need. Tuck it in there with that wire. Crimp that down. It's nice and snug. There you go. So now you have a hot and a ground. I'm going to tape these up, make them all nice and neat, clean. And once we get over to the truck, I'm going to show you guys what to do from there. Okay? Alright, so a little tester light, make sure it's grounded. Go ahead and turn them on. So it should be your brown wire for power. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Look at that. So power is the brown, black is your ground. We're gonna tap into those with the headlights. So obviously the white and red is going to go to the brown and the black is going to go to the black. We're going to splice them in the same exact way as when we wired the headlights. So I'm going to do that, show you guys what it looks like, turn on the headlight, and you guys can see it in action. Okay, before we even put this in the vehicle, you see where that's at, that is at, and that is at. And you see where these brand new ones are at? Yeah, so you want these to try to match up as perfectly with these as you possibly can. That way when you're putting it back in, it sits flush where it's supposed to and you're not fiddling around with this. So it's easier to do it now and get everything down to where, I would take a tape measure, that's what I'm going to do, and get it towards the perfect amount of height and pop it back in. So just saving you guys a headache down the road. Okay, so we spliced hot with hot, ground with ground. All right, I'm gonna take this light bulb, side marker, make sure it's lined up. Can you scoot that in a little bit closer? Get it. Turn it to lock it. So I don't know if I can do it with one hand. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video. We're gonna turn on the lights and show you what it looks like. Okay, there's brights. Hit the brights one more time. Okay, so that's how you guys wire it in. I forgot to tell you, but it's obvious that you plug your light back in. But just so you know, that's it. That's how you wire this bad boy up, adjust everything. We are going to put these back in the hole right there, the hole down there, and oh, I can't get to it, but over here. So we'll put that one in, put the other one in, and we'll show you the final result.